Hello, people, and we got some big news for you. The Bitcoin ETF, that things that have been causing Bitcoin to pump like crazy to almost $35,000, is all but confirmed. And let me show you something why I think this. It's because the ticker appeared both on the DTCC site, which the symbol is IBTC, and right here it says the iShares Bitcoin Trust has been listed on the DTCC, Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which clears NASDAQ trades. And the ticker will be IBTC. Again, all part of the process of bringing ETF to market. And of course, it's appeared on the NASDAQ too, on the NASDAQ as well. BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF listed on the NASDAQ transaction clearinghouse iShares. See IBTC 2869, IBTC 2869. So it's appeared on NASDAQ on the clearinghouse. This is all part of the process of bringing an actual ETF to market. And I don't think this would happen if they weren't about to get approved. Now there's 3 ETFs, I think BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale, that are basically on the cusp right now. And I think what you're seeing right now is that they are going to be approved maybe even this week, maybe even tomorrow. So hopefully by the time this video gets a couple hundred views, couple thousand views, maybe, then the Bitcoin ETF will already be approved, because I think there is a good chance. If not tomorrow, then sometime this week. And if not sometime this week, hopefully by the end of the month. I think they do this right before they actually approve something. And I'm 99% sure that it will be approved now. You got to leave that 1% possibility for later, for things that just happen outside your predictions. But I do think you basically got the cat's basically in the bag now. You basically got it in the bag, and we're just waiting for the announcement. So the Cointelegraph intern that did the fake BTC news might have actually leaked real news, but they just had to wait before they could get the news out because they didn't want people pre-pumping it. Maybe because Larry Fink and the BlackRock guys wanted to seed their Bitcoin ETF before it went up in price, and they didn't want that news coming out. And voila, what did BlackRock do today? They announced that they were beginning to seed their Bitcoin ETF. I think there's a lot going on there. I think the Cointelegraph intern was onto something, but I think he posted news that he was not yet supposed to post, and therefore he will be getting 100 lashes from Cointelegraph for upsetting the mighty fat cats at BlackRock. And this doesn't come as a complete surprise, because we did hear a day or two ago that Gary Gensler and the SEC were working with BlackRock, Grayscale, and others to actually put the final steps onto ETF approval. The SEC's Commissioner Hester Pierce, or Crypto Mom, also came on today, did an interview, and she literally said, "I don't understand why we haven't approved a Bitcoin ETF yet." All this is going into that, yes, the ETF is going to be approved. Now, will there be a sell the news moment? There could be, because there is a lot of pump right now. I mean, you have to admit the pump is pretty darn strong, and we're very happy because of the pump. 34,200 right now, but it went up as high as 34,600, 700. We got rejected at 35,000. So I would not be surprised if we went down to 32,000 or even 30,000 when the ETF actually comes out, because it's buy the rumor, sell the news. But remember, after the ETF comes out, like BlackRock, Fidelity, maybe not Grayscale, because Grayscale already has a lot of BTC, but BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Invest, all these entities, they're going to have to buy Bitcoin to either seed their fund or just to maintain their fund. And that, my friends, that will put constant buying pressure on Bitcoin for several years. Yes, there will be people that short it, use the ETF, of course, but overall, there's going to be a lot of buys that's necessary to actually support that spot Bitcoin ETF. So my friends, do not lose hope, because I do actually think we will get there. And I do think that we will get there soon. So keep that chin up, my friends, because it's coming, and it is going to be coming fairly quickly, in my opinion. Not just being a fanboy this time, but we are taking basically information that we got, listings that we already got, to formulate this opinion that the ETF is not far off. Analysts said there was 90% chance it's going to be approved by January. I think there's a pretty good chance it will be approved, maybe even by the end of this month, because they are putting the final screws on to actually get it listed. It's already gotten listed on the DTCC clearinghouse. It's already gotten listed on NASDAQ. I think they're just like waiting for the release. And I don't think the SEC is going to play footsie and try to delay it any longer. Probably BlackRock was like, hey, Gary Gensler, you work for us. Stop screwing around. And Gensler was like, yes, master, I will approve your ETF, but we just need to make it look like I'm still fighting. But we all know the truth. BlackRock was going to win in the end anyways. There was no way the SEC was going to deny both BlackRock and Fidelity, especially when the Grayscale ruling was against them. And there are rumors, although I have not been able to confirm, that the judge gave the SEC, starting today, 5 business days, to review the Grayscale ETF. I searched. I could not find where the judge actually gave them a deadline. But the thing is, they do actually have, I think, like a shorter time period. And the court did not give the SEC any further instructions. They just told the SEC to review the ETF. They basically just told the SEC to actually review the ETF, and you cannot reject it on the same reason that you rejected it before. So the thing is, yeah, it's getting very, very close. I don't think the SEC is going to put up another excuse. They're already getting all these ETFs through. And I don't think they're going to backtrack on any of the ETFs right now. So it is going to come through. There's going to be lots of volume. There's going to be volatility, but I think overall the direction of Bitcoin is definitely heading up for the next couple of days. And some people might be like, oh, buy the rumor, sell the news. You want to sell, then buy back in at a later date. I personally don't believe that's the way to go, because you could easily miss it I think you could easily miss it if you actually try. So definitely, like, I would not take that course of action, because you could be losing out on a lot of money. I think by the end of the year at this time, we can go to 40, 45, 50. At that, I don't think we're going to reach a new all-time high this year. I don't think the ETF by itself is enough to push it up that much, but it could push it up substantially. With the halving coming next year, I definitely think we're going to an all-time high, even with the interest rates very, very high, because BlackRock and Co., I mean, people are going to be looking for an asset that beats inflation, and Bitcoin does fit that bill. So BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Invest, Grayscale BTC, and maybe like 6 or 7 others are going to have Bitcoin ETFs. Now, the Ethereum ETF is up for speculation. I believe we'll get one by the end of next year, but I wouldn't push it too much. I think it's just going to be Bitcoin. And as for other altcoin ETFs, I think they are pretty far away. You're looking at 2025 and beyond, so there's no reason to speculate on those right now, because there's just not enough demand for them. So it's very, very good news for us. I think we can all be pleased with this. And guys, like, this is what we've been waiting for a long, long time. So the third thing is you should probably get your Bitcoin off the exchanges, considering that, because there might be instances like this one. Colin Brown, popular guy on Twitter, he's saying Coinbase is limiting Bitcoin withdrawals. I just tried to send BTC from my Coinbase to my cold wallet and encountered a new 5K week withdrawal limit policy implemented October 13th. I've been a Coinbase customer for 10 years. Get your Bitcoin off exchanges. And then he updated it. CB support messaged me on this thread and through DM verified and unlocked my BTC. However, they offered a pretty BS explanation about algorithms as to why it was frozen. I don't want to be an alarmist, and this could have been an edge case. So it could have actually been a one-off case, but it also could actually be a warning right now. And you don't want your Bitcoin stuck on exchanges. So I would actually get it to your Ledger wallets, unless you do plan to sell it on this particular pump. But if I were you, I would not be planning to sell it this year. I would definitely be waiting until next year. I guess if you're a serious trader, sure. But if you're a serious trader, I guess your Bitcoin would be on the exchanges all the time. But if it were me, I would get my Bitcoin off the exchanges if I haven't yet, put them in my own wallet so you don't have a withdrawal limit. Coinbase did actually reverse the lock because, like, obviously, like, CB didn't want the bad publicity on Twitter, but also, if you don't have such a prominent Twitter account, you might not be able to get Coinbase's attention so easily. Like, someone who gets 275K views on Twitter for this tweet, they probably have an easy way to actually get to Coinbase, because Coinbase probably noticed that, being a major influencer. But if you can't do that, if you don't have like the ability to get hundreds of thousands of views on that tweet, Coinbase may not respond to you quite as fast, and they may not actually unlock your funds because, you're not causing a PR problem for them. So the thing is, like, definitely get your coin off the exchanges. I think Coinbase and other exchanges are actually pulling the stunt, because a lot of people are pulling their coins off the exchanges and they might not have enough liquidity. So they're trying to keep more coins on exchanges, and then they implement this rule. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.